Well, I guess tonight, man, we're going to talk about the things we said we're going to talk about. Let's see who on here. Let these jokers get themselves in here and get themselves together. Well, you know what?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. It's the ROMELLO Marcellus show. The fly uncle you always wish you had. Bring them out. Here to give you every aspect of game from a real player's perspective. It's the biggest boss from business, entertainment, love, and life.
Had to find my inner power.
To fashion, etiquette, and current events. Major show alert. All to enhance the happiness already inside you.
Today is about the power of you.
Check it out.
You're now rocking with the best.
Here I am, God damn it. Here I am. Welcome to the ROMELLO Marcellus show. I am he and he is me. Welcome to another edition of the ROMELLO Marcellus show. God damn it. I think everybody should have some common sense, especially when dealing with each other. But most of us don't. We'll push that ballot as far as we can and get as much as we can get out of it as we can. So, yeah, with that said and done, man, we're going to cover that tonight. On Tuesday night, man, we had a good conversation, and hopefully we're going to have the same tonight, man, same chemistry. And it'll be a good takeaway. A lot of people are going through... let me know if you can hear me, man. Let me know if you can hear me. If you can hear me, throw your thumbs up. Let me know. Yeah. If you're joining the show, like I said, Tuesday night, man, we had a good conversation, and we were talking about the commonalities of expectations, or not. But tonight, man, we're talking about etiquette, proper etiquette. A lot of times, like I said, we push ballots, and we hope to get whatever it is we were seeking in those situations in which we're pushing. But a lot of us, we do it knowingly, and then there's some who they don't have common sense or the commonality in how to deal with one another in the approach. So without further ado, I'm going to jump into it. I have to post the comment. I have to post the topic. Tonight's topic, man, is what's cool to do or not within the first to 3 dates. Dating 101. Ladies, let me ask you a question. You meet a guy. He's intelligent. He's got some brains about him. And you may got a little history about him, about his career, that kind of thing. And let's say he takes you out tonight. Okay? You get your hair done, you get dressed, and you know that excitement or that zeal is there to want to spend time with this guy, right? So you go out and you hang out, and at the end of the night, he pulls out a Groupon. Would he get a second date or not? Or would you look at him as cheap? Or would you look at him as being frugal? Someone who's being responsible, who has goals on the other side of this dating thing that they're doing. Or someone who is comfortable enough with himself that he is not seeking the approval of him being responsible about his coin. Because at the end of the day, the date may not go anywhere. So then he's ass out. So this is just one perspective. Does it mean that he's cheap? Is that proper etiquette within the first of 3 dates? Or should he wait? That's just one example of where this conversation is going tonight. So, yeah, I would think that those are good qualities, are good traits. to have. I mean, and it's just that, being concerned and frugal about what it is you have, no matter how easy or how hard it comes, it says volumes about you. And the fact that you're transparent, I think that it would warrant the question, why'd you pull out the Groupon? And if he says, hey, look, man, I'm saving to buy a house, or I don't believe that, or excuse me, like I said, don't believe, but I have to kind of hedge my bets because I don't know where this dating thing's going, and it's expensive to date. Not to say that I don't have it, but I'm responsible with what I do have. Now, how would that play with you as a woman? A guy took you out on a date, and the date went well. But at the end of the night, he didn't ask you for anything, didn't cost you a dime still, but he laid his coupon or Groupon out and then paid, and he tipped well, but he had the savings within the Groupon or coupon. Would that warrant another date, or would you say, well, no, I'm not messing with this guy? That's one aspect of it, of this dating thing. The dating common sense within the first 3 dates. Some may say punctuality. Some may say hygiene. I mean, I guess the first impression of the first time you get together is a big thing, because heck, you can't do a do-over over something that you've done one time. Welcome, Yanni is in the room. Yanni 1100 is in the room. Dahlia is in the room. Welcome. I'm going live on IG as well, so this is the first time in a minute that we've been over here on this side, but we're plugging along. Tonight, the topic is, ladies and gentlemen, is what to do or not to do within the first to 3 dates, dating 101. The question is, once again, that I asked, the first question is, if you went out with a guy, you talked to him, you had a good conversation, got some brains, shared some things about him, you went out, and you had a good time. But at the end of the night, he paid, and he used a coupon. Would you go out with him again or not? Or would you consider him cheap? Or would you consider him frugal and responsible? That's the question. Or would you consider him cheap and not go out with him again? Yeah. A lot of people would say that he was cheap, but I think I think he's being responsible. Okay, let's flip it on. Let's flip the script. Okay. All right. Now you got the guy who took you out. You had a good time. You had good conversation, good chemistry, and he paid for the first date with a coupon. Okay, actually, it was a supplemental to what he paid in cash, and he tipped well. He tipped to 20%. Okay, so it shows you that he could do this thing outright, but he's being responsible, not cheap. I mean, that's just my opinion, but you're entitled to yours. But he did that. Once again, someone said, Dahlia said, I love coupons, my kind of guy. Says a lot about what he's willing to do and not do, correct? I mean, where he's willing to spend his money, I mean, it shouldn't take a lot to get involved or to make the decision to be involved. The hard part is maintaining the relationship that you get involved in. That's just my opinion. But here, let's flip the script, ladies. Okay? What is it that you can take someone out to that would become an inconvenience to you? What is it that you can take a gentleman out to that would become an inconvenience to you? Let's say the fiduciary responsibility was yours. I promise you wouldn't date as much, if you date that much at all. I mean, I'm just being presumptuous, I guess. Someone said, yeah, nothing. Dahlia says, yeah, nothing wrong with saving money. Well, some may say it's different. I mean, we had an incident where a young lady was on the show before I had discussed where she was with a gentleman, and he chose a place where they can get a hamburger and just some snacks. And she went in, called him broke. Yeah. But to say the least, like I said before, it says a lot about the character of the guy, the caliber of the guy. I mean, if he's willing to take you out and he's transparent about his intent with you, and you said you had chemistry, and he paid with a coupon or a Groupon, and he tipped well, I don't see why you shouldn't go out with him again. Someone says no one. Oh, no one says. Oh, MS08 says MSM08 says no one cares if he pays with a coupon. Okay. Dice says I've raised men as cover cost till they got on. Okay. But there are a few out here who would say that he's cheap. I mean, but would you consider that proper etiquette or no? Within the first 3 days. What does that say? I mean, because I know that most would say that's a preview of what's to come in the relationship to come. Shout out to Stan Long. Stan's in the room. What's up, brother? As a matter of fact, hang on. What's up, brother? Hey, just here, man. Like I said, just keeping it going.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hold on a second. Let me cut this. My bad, bro. What's up, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm great, man. I can't call it.
Man, you got a good situation. Good topic.
Yeah. The topic tonight is what's cool to do or not within the first 3 dates. Dating 101. You know, let's say you meet a guy, like I said, check out the ladies, you meet a guy, or they meet a guy and he takes them out. But before that, you usually have conversation with them and, either you're going to have chemistry or you're not. And let's say you do. You put on their hair and their dress and, the night was wonderful. And let's just say he happened to get a Ruth Chris coupon and he lays it on the table at the end of the night. But he tips well. He tipped the 20%. And that was the end of the night. What does that say about his character? Does that say he's cheap, or does that say that he's irresponsible or responsible? That's what the question is. Because honestly, I think that he's being responsible. Yeah, seems I lost my connection on the other side, but this is a finicky thing. Got to keep going. I think I'm back. Anyway, keep pushing ahead. Listen, there's always going to be somebody who's going to have a problem. You can't please everybody. I think that with that said and done, hang on. Seems my screen's frozen. I don't know what's happening.
Sounds of various sorts.
Here we go.
And also sounds that are recorded, picked up by a microphone, everyday sounds, and also musical instruments.
Can you hear? Let me know if you can hear me. 1 second.
Dear God, please protect my kid's life.
All right, I'm back, goddammit. All right. I hate when they do that. It's finicky when you got a rhythm. Welcome, Tina. Welcome to the show. Tonight we're talking about what's cool to do or not within the first 3 dates. Or dating 101. First question, once again, I'm going to rehash it and then I'm going to move on. Meet a gentleman. You talk to him. You're cool. You're on the phone. You build a rapport over a few days in time and then you go out. First date. First official date. You get dressed and he gets dressed and he tells you, hey, you're going somewhere special. So you spare no expense. At the end of the night, he pays with a coupon. Would you call him cheap, frugal, responsible, or irresponsible? That's the question. Me, myself, I would consider him being frugal. We don't know what his dating habits are or his life is about. But shit, you can't knock a guy if you want to save a couple dollars. Who knows how that may pan out? It may not pan out with you or not. But at the same time, it leaves him room to take you out on another date. He didn't spend it all on the first date, if that's the situation. But I doubt that. I mean, you got to think. I mean, he's in the restaurant and y'all are doing what you got to do, and he tips well. Does that consider him irresponsible or responsible, or does it consider him cheap? That's the question. So, once again, if you're just joining the show, the topic tonight is what's cool to do or not within the first 3 dates. Now, we've covered that. We've covered the frugal guy, right? Let's talk about the overzealous. And that's on both parts. Now, usually people don't get it, or they get this twisted. The first date is the first encounter. When you meet the gentleman or meet the person or the woman, depending on where you are, the dating begins. There's slogans out there that says, okay, you shouldn't have sex on the first night or the first to 3 dates. I kind of, I'm sure we've all been in those precarious situations at some point in time where we had to make a choice. And depending on how you reacted or acted on that interview, and if you got hired, i.e. the phone call the next day or not, that spoke volumes about you or the individual and what they felt about you and what you had to offer. But then there are those times where people are playing the responsible card, and you ain't gonna get none, i.e. anyway. Just like the post that I posted up there on the side today, basically to lead up to the show. You got the woman, she's in the house, and she got one leg in the sink, and she's on the floor. And I guess someone called her and he said he wanted to come over. And she was willing to say, hey, look, yeah, you can come over, but ain't nothing happening. I'm tired. But the position that she was in said a whole lot, because that was a lot of work to get down in there and clean that out, just in case. So, is it cool or not to have sex within the first 3 dates? Is that something you do or you don't do? I mean, I guess it depends on who you are and how you are, I guess, are impressed upon, or the impression that's laid or paid or made, or the agreement or the arrangement. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. this is an interactive platform, man. Your opinions mean a lot, and yeah, they need to be heard as usual. I don't know it all. It takes a village to raise us. If you like the show, man, follow me. Follow me on YouTube. Subscribe. Click subscribe. Click that bell. That way you can get a notification. You'll get the notifications that we're on. And hell, you ain't got to sit there and watch me. You can just turn it on and listen. I don't need but 12 seconds from you. And then you can tune me right on out. 12 seconds. That's all. Give me 12 seconds. I'd appreciate it. Yeah. And also, follow me on Instagram. Follow me on the gram, man. Hey, look. You like this? You can get this one. I got the black one on. I go up to 6X. So let me know what you need. I got you. On all platforms, you can follow me at ROMELLO MARCELLOUS Show. Yes, you sure can. All right? Just know that, hey, man, it's all good. It's all good. Back to the show. Question tonight. Oh, Trina said, I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. Okay. I guess as long as you're practicing safe and you cool with whatever it is you're doing, and your body count ain't getting too high or doesn't get too high, I guess, there's nothing wrong with you interviewing. I guess that's what you call it. I guess that's what you can call it. Anyway, you misunderstood the question. The question was, or the second question was, is it okay to have sex within the first of 30 dates? But then you had the brother, like I said before, if you just joined in the show, you had the responsible brother who actually you met and was cool with. And you went out, and at the end of the night, he decided to pay with a coupon. Does that make him cheap, or does that make him responsible for being frugal? Hell, he don't know you. Really, you don't know him. You don't know where this relationship is going to go. Nobody wants to be ass out all the time. So, does that take anything from it? Yeah. Let me ask you this, right? For those people that are in relationships long term, you've gotten past the first 3 dates. Do you continue to date the same way that you dated when you first got together, or does that dissipate? And if so, is that considered putting your mate on autopilot, that you do just enough to get by? Someone said absolutely everything you said, but for instance, my man and I, we had protected sex on the third day, and we've been together ever since. 6 years strong. Bravo. Bravo. That was more than enough. A lot of times we overthink the situation, I guess. Most are not honest about their intent for you when they meet you anyway. And I think that says volumes about getting involved or getting together. With that, it says, okay, my true intent for you is or the attraction that I have for you. If it's physical, let it be about whatever it is you're doing. And if it's not, then okay, then make it known, whatever that is. If it's monetary, let it be about the money. But let it be about the money. Sometimes you can have that intellectual chemistry. You find someone that you can learn from, and that is your romance. Not everybody's physically driven, but in a relationship that should be monogamous, or that is monogamous, that is, to me, in my opinion, about 78% of the relationship. If you start out one way, you cannot, or you shouldn't change up, because that would be a minimalist thing. And yeah, you're going to have problems at some point in time. Hang on a second. Someone said they feel like sex is a celebration of figuring out where you want to go. You don't want to jump in without a real conversation about what it is behind the attraction. Most don't. You know, we're out here. As I said the other night, you got a lot of caps looking for cups, and their in feeling is usually, how do I say this without being crass? Usually their in feeling is that moment in time where after you skeet and the deplete and you stand to your feet, you realize that one of you has been beat. It may take some time, but the tie is there based on the connection, or the influx of energies between two people. And it's done under false pretense, so it's not going to last. There'll be problems. There'll be headaches, because one's going to move the way that they truly intended for you. Actually, both are going to move the way you truly intended for you. It's just whether or not you really realize it and are willing to act accordingly. I'll say this tonight, and I'm going to move on. In all your choosing, choose a motherfucker that's going to choose you every day that you choose them. Okay? Deal with those that deal with you the way that you deal with them. If not, man, you lost anyway. Yeah. Ladies, if you meet a guy and if he doesn't strike you like a lightning bolt within the first encounter, you know he's not for you. You don't want anybody growing on you. Mold grows on shit. Why would you want anybody growing on you? Why is it that they have to earn your like? Either you like the motherfucker or you don't. Either you're attracted to him or you're not. And if so, then act accordingly. Move accordingly. If not, move on. And if you got a guy who's willing to wait on you to make that kind of time or that decision or take that time from him, he's got too much time on his hands. He's not worth yours anyway. You got to ask yourself, what the fuck is he doing with his time that he's got all this time to wait for me to make these decisions on him? Yeah. Can you hear me clearly? I have to check again, man, because you know I'm shooting and I'm the producer. I'm all this shit to this show. What you guys don't know is that I'm actually shooting this behind the scenes, and this will be a good platform for those who want to do this, so they can see what it takes to do this. It's not easy, but somebody's got to do it. So, with that said and done, back to the question. If you're just joining, tonight's topic is what's cool to do or not within the first 3 dates. Here's a big one, ladies, fellas. Do you invite the individuals to where you rest within the first 3 dates? Are they able to come back to your home, or would you go back to their home to chill, to Netflix and chill, or curb date? Would you do it? Curb date, if you never had one, is basically someone just pulls up to your curb, wherever you are, wherever you live, whether it's an apartment complex or a house. They never come to your house, but they pull up. You come outside. They bring food in a bag and wine and drink or whatever the fuck you're going to do. And you do it right there. And then you disappear and go back into your dwelling. And they move on. That's a curb date. We all know what Netflix and chill is. And then the third aspect of it is the full-on experience. You welcome the motherfucker in. You give them some drink. You let them use your bathroom. You let them move about your home. You know, either you wear shoes. I don't wear shoes in my house, goddammit. So you're gonna take your shoes off, and that's a whole nother. That's hygiene, man. I need to know. You ain't gonna fuck with you. You ain't gonna be in. I'm funny. You ain't gonna be in my personal space unless I fuck with you. So that's just that. That's just me. But a lot of people do things differently. Within the first 3 dates, do you allow an individual back into your personal space? Or do you hang out? Meet me somewhere. I'll meet you there. You know, coffee, cocktails, and conversation. You know, and if shit get heated, you get heated in the street. So you get some Rock Creek Park. That went over a lot of y'all head. But anyway, that's that other question. Do you invite an individual back to your home within the first 3 days? Oh, that part. What part is that? I'm not understanding that part. What part? What part? Help me understand what part you're talking about. What part? Someone said that part. What part we talking about? Oh, meet and greet in Rock Creek Park. Oh, yeah. See, I don't know, man. I think that a lot of things go down in the parks. Oh, did. I don't know about now. I mean, but yeah, a lot of things go down in parks. Yeah. Crazy after dark. Got to keep my hand on my gun because they got me on the run. Yeah. I mean, I guess you're not taking them back to your place. And I mean, if that was the case and you did get heated, would you go to a hotel with them? What would you do? Would you put yourself in a situation that you felt closed in, or would you rather be in a situation where you could pull your shit up and run? That's if we got that far. But anyway, within the first 3 dates, would you take someone to your home? Would you do a Netflix and chill? Would you do a curb date or a full-on experience? Or does it always have to be a scenario which they're taking you out, or you're, matter of fact, fuck that. Are you willing to take a man out and do the things that he's willing to do for you within the first 3 dates? If he takes you out, would you take him out within the first 3 dates to the same caliber of date that he took you to, or not? Yeah. No? Wow. So he's got to take you out. Absolutely. That's how I got his ass. Oh, okay. Oh, that's how you got your guy. You took him out, or no? Or you made him continue to take you out? All right, look, you got a lot to say. Look. Let me do this, because yeah. There you go. The line is open. If you want to call and you got something to say, the number is 929-322-3971. You can call right on into the show. You can call into the show. Welcome to the ROMELLO Marcellus Show once again, man. If you're just joining, the topic tonight is what's cool to do or not within the first 3 dates. I've covered 3 different aspects or 3 different scenarios. Did I cover 3? The guy, and then the 3. And we're going to move right along because I got something else I want to talk about too, and I want to see whether or not you're willing to do that. But right now, we're still on the would you let someone come to your home within the first 3 dates? That's a male or female. I know I wouldn't. Yeah. But some people would, but not me. The number's right there on the page. It's 929-322-3971. You're on the air.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, good. Welcome to the show.
My answer is no to letting them come to your house. My answer would be no to letting them come to the house.
Okay. So what about the other thing? What about a curb date? You there? Did I lose you?
No curb date.
No curb date. Okay.
My man, he took me out first, and then I did a surprise date. I'm here.
Okay. So let me ask you this. The first question, right, I asked, right, about the guy who paid with a coupon. Would you consider him cheap or responsible and frugal?
Oh, I missed that part. I must have came on the show when that was already done. Someone paid for a coupon at a dinner?
Okay, let me give you the example, right? Let's say you met your guy. You say you got a guy right now, right? You've been with, what, 6 years? You say you've been with your guy now. How long? You there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, let's say you dated him, right? Or when you first met him, right? And you got a chemistry, but he took you out on a date.
I'm here, but it's an echo.
Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me clearly?
I can't hear you, but I hear you recording.
Okay, what about now? Is that better?
Yeah, I can hear you right there.
Okay. Let's say you went out with a guy, right? Or you met your guy, and you were talking to him on the phone before you went out. So you went out on a date, and everything was cool. At the end of the night, he paid with a coupon. He tipped the 20% to the waiter and waitress, and that was the end of the night. That was the end of it. But the fact still remains is that he supplemented his payment with a coupon. Would you have considered your guy cheap or frugal and responsible? Or would you even have gone out with him again after that?
If he took the server, if he took the waitress 20%, no, because one thing about that, I like to go out to eat too, and that's saving both of us money in the long run.
Okay. So that's a good quality, is what you're saying. Good trait. He paid for the dinner with a coupon, but he tipped the waitress or the server what they should get. I always believe take care of your people. If the service is good, take care of your people. You know. But he saved money on the dinner.
Yeah, I wouldn't say nothing wrong with that. Dinners are expensive.
Thank you. So what wouldn't you do, or what because you're here now on the show, what would you consider a do or don't within first 3 dates? What matter of fact, what would you consider don'ts in the first 3 dates?
Don't tell all your business.
Don't tell all your business.
Yeah.
So So basically, you got to guesswork, huh? Okay. Okay. I thank you for calling into the show. I truly appreciate your point of view.
It's not guesswork. It's just most men, they talk, they tell too much.
Oh, most men. Okay. So ladies don't talk much either? They don't talk too much?
You know what I mean? They're trying to impress you a little bit. They're trying to impress you a little bit, so it comes off talking and then they're telling you this. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what if they're just generally sharing with you because they like you? They want to share about themselves with you.
As long as it's not like a bragging thing.
Okay.
As long as it's not like a, trying to brag, I don't like it.
Okay. Okay. Within the first 3 days. So you from Missouri. You got to show me as opposed to tell me.
You know what? I didn't say that. You did.
Well, I'm just asking because you said don't talk too much, so I guess they have to keep certain things to themselves until it's revealed, right? That's all right.
I said business.
Business. I mean, their business. I mean, whatever they're doing. I mean, if they're saying that they work and what they make and their credit and those kind of things, those things should be kept until the proper time. That's basically what you're saying to me, right?
First date, no, that's too much.
Okay. All right. I got it. Fellas, you need to be reserved. Don't talk too much about yourself. Sit there and listen. Shut the fuck up and listen like it's Friday.
You know what?
You heard it from a lady. She said you talk too much, goddamn it, about yourselves. Be quiet. Don't nobody want to know that you drive a Crown Vic and you got 2 pit bulls and 3 baby mamas. Yeah, and then you're gonna pay for this meal at Ruth Chris with a Groupon. And 2 is a group. And yeah, that $25 or $50 you saved on the meal, you're gonna give 25 of it to the server. Go ahead, boy. Yeah. I thank you for calling in. Thank you, caller.
You're welcome.
Truly. Share the show. Let your friends know. Let's broaden the conversation. The more of us here, man, the more fun we can have. Let's make this a thing. Right here every night.
I definitely am.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye. Yeah, if you're just joining the show, man, the topic tonight is what is cool to do or not within the first 3 dates. I'll tell you what. Here's one that's really a situation, man, that you have to look into, and I think it should take a lot longer. Would you be willing to allow someone that you just met within the first 3 dates to meet your family or friends? I can see friends because motherfuckers need to know who you with and where you're going and that kind of thing, because if you come up missing, we can say, oh, was that motherfucker? I got a picture of the license plate and so on and so forth. So, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, ladies. Fellas, too. Because trust me, these broads is out here making motherfuckers disappear, too. Loyalties is always somewhere else, so you gotta watch yourself. And like the lady said, stop talking. Talk too goddamn much about yourself. Anyway, would you let somebody meet your family or your children within the first 3 dates? Yeah. I mean, I know. Here's the thing, right? And we're gonna do percentages. We're gonna do within. How do I do this? The best 10 out of 10. Okay? And we're talking about 100%, best 10 out of 10. The average individual that's on this fucking platform tonight, or that we meet and coming and walking and going down the street, has some sort of sexual revolution within their life and their lifetime in which they have met a motherfucker and fucked them on the first night. Whether they stayed, that's a whole nother ball game. But it's happened. The question is, well, it's not a question. The fact still remains is that was just for you. So I get protecting and withholding anything beyond you from anyone else, i.e. family, children, where you really live, where you really work, all that kind of shit. You sequester that. And you might say, okay, the dick was good, but I won't continue to talk because I can't just let this motherfucker around my situation yet, and vice versa. Yeah, she was good and everything was right, but I can't just be opening myself up to this individual because I don't end up tied up in the back of somebody's motherfucker's trunk. Yeah, cool. So you do your due diligence and become a detective and find out what you need to find out and see whether the vibe is right and whether the general EBT or no shit like that, and just waiting for you to come around and buy groceries and put gas in her car and cash out for $40. Boom, now you got you a winner. Now, here's a trick bag, right? Once you get her, or once you get him, will you really allow him to pass by the treacherous shit that you did together? To say, well, damn, you did that with me. How many other motherfuckers did you do that with? How many others did you do that with? Was it just me? Am I really just that special? Or I'm just one of the hens or roosters in the yard? See, I'm talking to y'all, right? But before this is over, I'm going to hit you with something that's going to fuck you up. See, all of this plan we do within the first 3 to 20 dates, right? Oh, I can let you in now. I can come with a... And all that feeling out, right? What real attributes do you see in the individuals that you are with or you're spending time with? Go back to the coupon guy, okay? Because he sat there and was willing to put his pride on the line and say, hey, man, tonight I want to pay with this coupon because I want to see how you'll really ride with me in respect to our finances. This is how men play. Our finances. I said it before. When a man hits it big, he wants to buy his woman or get his woman or give his woman the world. But when a woman get her paper, shit, she don't need no man. What is she going to do with the man? You hear me? Nothing. But here's the kicker. Fellas, what you learned about the woman? You're going to learn 2 things. Either she's some shit, but she ain't called you back. Because, see, she was into you, but because you put the coupon down and you thought about your and potentially her finances and how you play your lives, that wasn't even a thought to her. She just saw you as some cheap ass nigga or some cheap dude, excuse me, who couldn't. I'm not meeting them anywhere. So let me check this right here. She asked me, where are we meeting these women? I'm not meeting these women, but I'll just hear the stories. So I'm projecting the stories. So if you want to sit here and be the exception to the rule, you're more than welcome. Have at it. Have at it. Yeah, my second mom's in the room. Welcome. I'm still gonna be on my best behavior. So yeah, goddamn it, I'm not meeting them anywhere. I'm cool where I'm at and what I'm doing. So no need to, yeah. But what I will say is that there's a lot of this that goes on where the scrutiny of us guys or men or males, whatever you want to address us as, it's always there. It's ever present. And this is what I was saying in regards to the show on Tuesday night. A lot of females, sisters, have not truly had the opportunity to be feminine because you have had so much responsibility on your plate for so long. So here is the further extension of that. For those that are still single and out here seeking, and you feel like you've gotten the short end of the stick for some time, the root of it all is that, goddamn it, you taught us. You were the first teacher. It's like, let me stop. Let me reel that back in. Look, man, within the first date, you should know what your interest is in the individual. the direction in which you take from that point on, it should be to be as transparent as possible without exposing too much of your hand, meaning yourself, giving the opportunity to the individuals to show up and be all that they can be for you, and vice versa. You should not be willing to, you know what? God damn it. Here we go. Bottle and cap. There's a lot of bottles out here, right? But see, when we talk about bottles, a lot of the bottles ain't full. So they got just enough for this cap. See what I'm saying? I can pour right into this cap. Whatever you see, it's some in there, right? I can pour that right into that cap. Now this bottle is empty. This little ass cap, when you pour back into this cap, this bottle, you can't fill the cap. A bottle. What I'm saying is the professing that the smoke and mirrors of what motherfuckers' intentions are truly are for you, it will never manifest itself until you have to pour back into the bottle. This is when you're going to get a lot of the shit that you were not prepared to receive. The narcissistic stuff, the control, the insecurities, all of that. You know why? Because this bottle's not full. Now, on the flip side of that, let's say this bottle's full, but this is still you. I still can't give you nothing but a little bit. But when I need to refill, you can't put that back in here. You're only going to give me that little bit that I gave you, i.e. the dates, the trip, the courtship, the dick, the telling you I love you, and all that shit. And I'm speaking from a man's perspective. Because at the end of the day, as a man, I need to feel like I can trust you with my social security number and my life. Because if I ever needed both of them, they should have multiplied because you had them. I.e. coupon brother. He was sitting there, he was thinking about the intent of being transparent and how he would move with his woman. Pretentious people give everything to the world. And I'm sitting here as witness. Me and mine, we have fucked up some commas in our life. But at the end of the day, the people that you spend it with, they don't give a fuck about you. And while you're spending it, if you have not covered your VIG, you'll be up late night scratching a patch in your head, trying to figure out how you can get those things back that you fucked up because you were being pretentious. Not to say pretentious, I ain't pretending to do shit. You know, living. But not everybody's standard of living is the same. But when you talk about dating, individuals will show up and be half full, or they won't be full. They'll be caps, but they look like bottles. The question is, when you're moving along, you look at the subtle things in which the individual. Now, Trina was so right when she talked about how motherfuckers talk too much, or they do this and do that. It can be taken or received as someone trying to impress you. If your intent is to really have something with someone, take the time and show them, but be honest about your intention. Hey man, I like you, but right now it is nothing but a physical attraction. That's all I can say. I can't say anything more. I'm not looking to get to know anyone but me, because it's going to take me the rest of my life to get to know me. I can't think or feel for anyone else but me. But what I'm going to do is every day I'm going to get up and do what I need to do to be the best me that I can be for me, so that I'm a better me for you. So where that goes is if you're saying, well, you know what? I fuck with you the same way. 9 times out of 10, if we're on that same path, we'll be fucking with each other the long way. But if we're on some fun shit, we can both sing some Cyndi Lauper shit and just have fun for the girls. All right? But within these first 3 dates, you should know what type of individual you're speaking to. Unless your spirit of discernment is fucked up, and then you really need to go and find yourself. Like the young lady that I had on the show the other night, she basically said it. Look, she woke up and was born today, and basically was like, hey, she didn't have anything to offer a man other than some good looks and some pussy. These are the things that you should be offering the individuals that you are meeting or encountering, a thing that you want to have a relationship with. You need to be transparent about your likes, your dislikes, the things that motivate you, the things that discourage you, you know, and pay attention. Plug in. Don't let anybody sell you on some bullshit. And be responsible and accountable that if an individual is showing up every day, you're not just sitting there laying there collecting whatever the fuck they dishing to you. You have to be willing to put in the same amount of work that this individual is putting in to get there and to be with you. If you're not, then that individual has every right to take their foot off the gas and coast right on with your ass until it dissolves or ends. If you want it, you'll show up to work too. But within the first 3 dates, you should know how you want to move with an individual. It's not about opening all the doors. Sure, you have to protect certain aspects of your life, but when you start to interact in a transparent way that you are expressing true interest and intent and how you express your intention with the individual. And if you're dating, if you're courting, okay, look at it like retrospectively. You have females out here that within 6 months of dating, and if the average date is $200, okay? Matter of fact, let's say $200, round it up to, like I said on the show, $14,400 in 6 months, okay? What kind of, cotton picking, nappy headed, coon porch monkey are you to allow someone who's interested in you to throw that amount of currency away? When in all actuality, if your eyes were open and you were truly paying attention to the individual that you were with, if they were truly interested, why didn't you guys open a business? Why didn't you guys invest that in some stock, something, as opposed to giving it to Ruth Chris and the trips and the bullshit? Yeah. In all actuality, you ain't no better than he is. You both caps and capping. So at the end of the day, the brother's going to have some resentment for you. And yeah, you'll lose. So with all you're getting, get you some understanding, because life's short out here. And understanding who you are and what you do and what you can and can't do, man, it says a lot. You have to be on point with your heart, your mind, the things you want and desire, what you're willing to sacrifice for those things or not. And yeah, go get it or not. Listen, I'm coming from a place of love, man. I'm not coming from any mode of disdain for you guys. I want you all to win, man, because if you winning, I'm winning. If you happy, I'm happy. You know, we constantly spreading that. And we live in a world where everything's stacked against us. And I'm speaking for my people. Listen, we're in a city, or excuse me, the city around us, where you got motherfuckers throwing raw chicken with poison into the sewage to kill some rats, or in the neighborhood to kill rats. You know, I'm not going to speak about the other thing because they'll cancel me and all that good shit, but common sense is a motherfucker. If you have signs on your drain that says, hey, look, don't put any contaminants, bottles, waste in here because it flows into the aqueduct, which is whatever the rivers are around you, for drinking water or consumption of any kind that comes through, whether you wash with it or whatever, why the fuck would you throw raw chicken down there? That can produce so many different aspects of bacteria and disease, salmonella 1, and all of that soluble. Then you do that to attract the rodents, and they go and drop and so on and so forth. I mean, I guess we want to have another plague on our hands, I guess. I don't know. There's some stupid motherfuckers out here, but you know, that's just some of the things we deal with outside of our seeking to become involved in fruitful relations. But as I said before, Most jokers are walking around. They look like bottles, but they empty as a motherfucker. And yeah, they come and get you caps because you're the ones who really drive the pretentious shit, and you're not being the full unopened bottle. A full unopened bottle is going to encourage an individual who is seeking someone of substance to, i.e., do things that are creative with the time that you can spend together, exploring each other's goals and aspirations, putting you guys in a position that you have to just spend time together. Because trust me, after all the dating shit, you wake up and you find out I don't even like this motherfucker. And vice versa. But let's say you get married and you have children and you grow old and now you're empty nesters and you're like, damn, who the fuck are you? Total stranger. Because you didn't take that time and it wasn't truly transparent. What you ended up with was a soul tie. And it fucked you around. That's some devilish shit. People, it's just like the world we live in. You know, the society we live in. You know, you run up on a dog, it bites you. What you gonna do? You gonna go back and run up on the dog again so it can bite you another part of your ass? And now, trust me, a lot of things that we're doing today is just what we're doing. We're running around and doing the same thing. And people want to blame it on the devil and this, that, and the other. Well, you know what? The devil's doing just what the fuck the devil's supposed to do. Won't fuck you. Fuck you around. But we have control over a lot of that through our power of choice. Choose when you do what you do in regards to people to serve a purpose. Know what your intent and your purpose is when you engage with someone. If you like them, know why you like them and be willing to express that. Affirmation and confirmation does so much with either the progression or the digression of a relationship, business or pleasurable. I was always taught that the one who cared the least about the relationships that they were in had the most power, because at any given time they can walk the fuck away from it. So if you're not checking or you're not self-checking, you leave yourself vulnerable. Yeah. Pay attention. Pay attention. Now, I was told you don't talk about your things on the dates. So I guess discussing finances and credit and that kind of shit, not within the first 3 dates. That's a no-no. So let's move on. We already talked about the meeting other people, so that ain't happening. We talked about the sex, but motherfuckers was with that. Yeah, that can happen within the first 3 days. You can fuck. You can do some shit. You know. Damn. I guess coupon guy, he's cool to some and not to some, but he's cool. Okay. So, one more question. When it comes down to transparency, most people are not willing to tell you things about them. I feel that you should be willing to share your flaws up front. Okay? And this might offend some of you, but I don't give a fuck. Let's say you got herpes. Would you tell the motherfucker you're sitting across from you got herpes? I gotta say it. Because trust me, there's a lot of motherfuckers around here moving around. They're not willing to tell you shit. Or you got warrants, or you know, whatever the flaw is, are you willing to share that shit within the first 3 days? You know, or do you drag it along and you get to the point where now you have to stand up or walk away? Are you willing to put a person in a position that cost them something because you weren't honest and straight up and forthcoming about your flaws. Okay? For all you know, or the individual, let's say you got a guy, he's everything, but he has an addiction. His addiction could be gambling, it could be drinking, it could be smoking, or shit, he can get in. He could be one of those enraged folks who like to smack his woman around, but you would never know that until it happens to you. But these things are triggered by other things. If he wasn't willing to tell you, hey, I was abused as a kid. Now you got some position where you could have pause, but you have a window or a door open to other dialogue. My mom says those things should be shared. Yes, they should be shared. I'm a firm believer in that. It gives an opportunity for the individual to say, you know what? Aside from all of that, I fuck with you. And I'm rocking with you. But some won't. Some don't. Just like they won't even tell you. You know, fellas, and I got some fellas that's on here, my brothers, they know. There are some ladies that will date you, brothers, and at the same time know that is a dude riding around looking to kill both of you when they see you and find you together. So how would she ever feel like she's going to be transparent about anything else she got going on? She's a cat. She's a cat. And because you ain't paying attention and you didn't hear her, you an empty bottle. And there's no way she could feel you. But at the same time, because you just sitting there on the shelf, you know what they do with empty bottles, right? Empty bottles that sit on counters, they either get knocked over and get broken, or either way they find themselves in the garbage and disposed of. So if you want to play that, that's what's out there for you. Take the time to feel yourself, man. Yeah. Have some standards. Know what you're willing to accept and not. You know? Yeah. Well, I say this, man. If you like the show, once again, man, follow me. Follow me on Instagram. You know? You can catch me right there. Boom. On all platforms. And also follow me on YouTube. When you click on the YouTube, you follow me. Make sure you click that like. And also hit that bell for your notifications. You know. Sisters, when you're moving about, man, please, by all means, man, take the time to edify yourself, educate yourself. And the way God made you is good enough. You don't have to be the butt of anybody's joke. Wow. You don't have to be the butt of anybody's joke. And realize, man, a lot of these guys that you run around with, this is their thoughts. You might see a grown man, but there is a man-child inside there battling all of these things that you see. Okay? So in your dating, man, try to be as transparent as possible. Okay? There was a time when we looked like this and wanted to look like this, but yeah, we look like this now because we're so busy trying to compete and we ain't completing jack. Yeah. Look, ideas, any you got, man, anything you got, man. Make them happen. Don't let anybody tell you you're crazy. Hell, they thought Noah was crazy until it began to rain. And I'm saying at the same thing that do something that's going to change lives. Start with your family. Start with your people. Change the way that people viewed you and viewed your family members. My sister said, I thank God for the men, my daddy chief among them, for teaching me the way. That's what's up. R.I.P. Dad. Love you and miss you. Listen. Love on yourself, people. Love on yourself. Because if you're not loving on yourself, man, nobody else can love on you. They need to see how you love you. They need to see it. If they're seeing it, they're seeing the positive energies that you are invoking on yourself and in yourself, they have no choice but to give you that because you're already giving it to them. Those that you are encountering or that are blessed to have the opportunity to encounter or be in your space. So love on you so people can see that. Give God the glory because there is a God. You have health and strength and a sound mind and body. Don't waste it. Get out here and get it because trust me, there's somebody in the world, no matter how bad you think your shit is, there is someone out here that is willing to cut off their extremities to be in your shoes. All right? And if you like the show, once again, man, follow me. Follow me on IG at ROMELLO's Marcellus Show, YouTube, also Facebook. All right? And yeah, if you like the merch, here it is right here. When I go up to a size 6X, I got hoodies, crew necks, all of those. And I'm sure somebody wants the everybody, the black man versus everybody shirt. Yeah, that's going so well. Yep, you can get yours. The cruise is coming. I'm gonna let you know exactly when it is. It's gonna be a dashiki and sandal cruise. You hear me? When the weather breaks, screw COVID. Screw COVID. Yeah, putting it together now. Let you know exactly when it is. I'm gonna have some artists, music. You know, we're gonna do the thing right. Yeah. And like I said, love yourself, man. And if no one else loves you, man, it doesn't mean anything. They weren't meant to love you. You have to love you first. And if you don't feel love, I love you. Good night.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. It's the ROMELLO Marcellus Show. The fly uncle you always wish you had.
Bring 'em out.
Here to give you every aspect of game from a real player's perspective. It's the biggest boss from business, entertainment, love, and life.
Had to find my inner power.
To fashion, etiquette, and current events. Major show alert! All to enhance the happiness already inside you.
Today is about the power of you.
Check it out.
You're now rocking with the best.